What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol KSS for Kohl's Corporation. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, this will, of course, be an update. You can see some rough levels mapped out here. I do want to point out that this is not an all-time high inside of Kohl's. If we go out to like a 5-year chart, you'll notice we do have some highs over here, but there is some room to run based on the panic sell. We, of course, all know when that was sort of going on back there. So back onto the yearly chart, here we go. The main thing to talk about is obviously the massive gap up and the injection, or offer rather, of a ton of money as a buyout, essentially, right? If you pop open the live news tab, there's a takeover offer. What was the number here? $9 billion, okay? So that's essentially the catalyst working in the background. You know we're, of course, a fan of the technicals, not so much the fundamentals, and what this starts to set up is an extremely attractive breakout up and over 64, especially with a positive catalyst working in the background. So what we can do is start to look at the 30-minute time frame as just a perfect area of balance. You'll notice that we have this rectangle here perfectly, respecting the lows and then perfectly respecting the highs on a number of instances as well. That's going to make trading this extremely easy, right? There's only a number of options that can happen here. We're either going to break out, and if we do, we look to double the range that we've balanced in so far. Let's just roughly say that this is 61 to 64, so $3. You would look for 67, right? That would be your first upside target, then monitor for continuation. The other play would be, okay, what if it's a fake breakout? That's fine. You would get long. Again, it would be a fake breakout. You would stop out here, but then you have the opportunity to reverse and look for the low end. That's technically what should happen in a balance area. You would move to the low end here, or if you're just skeptical of this deal overall, you wouldn't go long on the breakout. You would see this unfold. There's your entry point back down into today's balance. There's your target at 61. Again, you're picking up about a $3 move here. So those are two ways to play it if it starts to go higher. The other way is, let's say it never goes higher in the first place. It starts breaking down into the midpoint. Boom, there you go. You're just looking for a fade back and forth in the channel anyways. The other and last thing that you can start looking for is a breakdown underneath 61. And if that happens, we know that there's a massive gap underneath us. I'm not saying it fills all in one day, but there's relatively, not a ton of structure there in recent history. I would really watch out for maybe this area here, roughly 59.50 coming from these highs in here. But after that, this is kind of a really sloppy area. That's not really going to do us much good. Let's quickly look at a 50% gap fill as well, just to see where that would take us to. Oh, wow. The gap is actually all the way from here. Whew. Kind of a nasty move here. So 54.61 would be the half gap. That still is like crazy in my estimation in terms of, a level that would be feasible for a downside target. So anyways, those are the scenarios I'm watching out for inside of Kohl's. Again, the balance is always going to make things so clear to see. It's either going to be a break out of it, double the range, break back in. We know it's a look above and fail, targets here, then monitor for lower, right? So a number of setups I just gave you based on this rectangle that we have. It's a beautiful thing in my estimation, one of my favorite setups here. So I'll certainly be watching this one inside of Kohl's. That's going to wrap up the video though. If you enjoyed it or learned anything new today, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description. And all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.